condensed milk or something.
Condensed milk.
Sweetened condensed.
Wait.
All right, you ready?
All right, 3, 2, 1.
I made a little pop.
Yeah, I made a little one.
Cheers.
Cheers. To being back.
To being back.
Back in! No, that's it.
Hit the sack.
Oh, now we have these nice little holders.
What are we drinking?
What are we drinking?
Who are you wearing?
Who are you wearing? Who are you
drinking?
Wearing Kyle. Have you seen that? Remember when College Humor?
I sure don't.
There was a YouTube channel called College Humor.
Okay.
Where that's... A lot of stuff came from that. A lot of like early, middle.
I'm familiar.
Fell. Just put it down
I'm
here.
familiar with College Humor as a thing.
Well,
I just don't know anything from it, really.
Like you recognize, like, do you know that one game show they do on the internet where it's like, actually, or I don't know.
Game show on your actually.
Brendan
Lee Mulligan.
I think so.
Oh, like Game Changer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They originally came from like
That makes sense.
also another guy named Grant with long hair. But yeah, and then what about like Sam and Amir?
Oh yeah.
You know,
They're like
they were College Humor.
really.
Yeah, they started on College
They
Humor.
have a different thing now.
Yeah.
I think isn't it called Sam and Amir? They do like documentary style interviews.
They probably do now. But
Like high importance interviews.
They once played beer pong with Rhett and Lake.
Huh?
Yeah, or like it was like a version of beer pong. It was like it was on GMM. It was nastiness. Hello.
You're spazzing.
I'm not spazzing. I'm just
your reference.
I'm referencing.
Your reference
I'm
ticking.
reference maxing.
Reference maxing.
I'm
exactly.
reference maxing.
2026.
2026.
Modelo.
It's
I've got a
new
Modelo.
year.
I'm drinking a Modelo.
I'm drinking
I
a
didn't say that.
pineapple White Claw.
Pineapple White Claw. 2026. It's a new year, new me. This year we're focusing on comfy maxing.
Comfy maxing?
I'm not really comfy maxing right now, low-key.
No, me neither. I'm
I
wearing.
mean, I'm comfy, but
The pair of jeans I'm wearing right now are like the thickest and most like. It's kind of a harder texture than like my other jeans. My other jeans are kind of soft. These are not very soft. They're very kind of coarse. But they're reliable.
the Carhartts, I always find them comfy. I think
Carhartt
Carhartts are
jeans?
comfy. These guys,
Oh, the workwear.
workwear. I find them very comfy. I mean, they start a little stiff, but you kind of work them in. Wear them in, work them out.
I think
All
the
that jazz.
issue with my Old Navy version of those is that they've gotten way too tight, and they just get really uncomfortable.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Get some that fit you.
Yeah, Lily was just saying the other day that like she's like, can we go and try to get you clothes that are like more fitting to you now? I'm like, I haven't really changed that much in 2 years. The last time we like went and did like a overhaul of my
I haven't done an overhaul in a while. That was kind of a very common theme as a kid, just due to like, sizes are always changing, stuff like that. And like my parents, it was very normal when I was younger and growing that everything wouldn't fit me by the end of the summer or whatever. So like, back to school shopping was a pretty regular thing. It's like, okay, we're gonna go to Kohl's, get you a few shirts, a few pants, and maybe a new pair of shoes, pair of shoe, something like that. Stuff that didn't fit me. I never went to Gordman's, but I know
It was right next to Kohl's.
Yeah.
But now it's a Planet Fitness.
Yeah. But it was just a very common thing of like, I mean, I don't grow anymore really, but still.
But now, boy.
Now I'm kind of just like constantly buying little items, like little pieces or whatever. I kind of like, I have in my mind of like all the things I feel like I need to be able to put together an outfit every day for every occasion.
I don't have that at all.
I've just slowly been like finding little pieces to add to my collection. Most of them, in some way, shape, or form, are high quality, secondhand. Due to just like I feel like it's gonna last me better. But high quality secondhand, I feel like I'm just slowly curating. Like I will say, the biggest thing that is the easiest for me to track in that when it comes to that is like outerwear, like jackets and coats. And unfortunately, I feel like I have too many. I have a lot. Like I probably have 25 jackets and coats.
That's me with sweaters. I have way too many sweaters, and like,
I don't have too many sweaters. I have 20 sweaters, I think.
because like
It's
when
not
you're
too
saying like just picking out something that's like, usually for me that's a sweater. Like, oh, I just want a sweater because I see a sweater I want. Like, because I think,
Yeah, I stopped doing that because I kept buying too many sweaters, but I now feel like I have a sweater for every occasion.
I
The
don't
only
know.
reason the only reason I get another sweater is if one wore out or if I saw one that was a new occasion. Because sweaters are those things, that type of thing. It's like when you see one, it's like that's an awesome sweater.
For
Like
me-
this, this is like an old like 20, maybe 18, maybe 2017 H&M purchase.
It's lasting you.
It was like maybe $20, pretty
Yeah.
cheap.
These-
And then eventually, like back in early, like 2019, 2020, when me and my family had Stitch Fix, got another sweater. I'm like, oh, I love that sweater. It was basically the same thing. It's just a little bit thinner.
Yeah, it wore out.
It didn't wear out. I just realized that, oh, I have two of the same sweater. Like, this is like maybe 2-3 years ago, whenever I did a big closet change. It's like, when you're moving around in college, it's easier to like see all your clothes.
Yeah, because you always say you have to go through everyone.
Right.
Didn't we do that? Like, yeah, once we moved me into my new apartment, we all went through all my clothes.
Yeah.
And even then, like, the entire left side of my closet is just full of stuff I rarely wear.
Yeah.
And then on my right side is the stuff I wear every day. Because I'm wearing, like, khakis or slacks that are, I don't know what you would consider them, but, like, that are way too short. Because when I sit down, my ankle will be, like, up to here.
That's pretty classic, like, thing though. Like everyone's got a few of those. The only reason I don't is because it's become an activity to do with friends to go to a thrift store or something like that. And if I find something that I'm like, oh, I have these and I know they don't fit me anymore, there's a hole in them, or I don't have this thing, I'll buy that $12 pair of chinos of some kind. That most of the time, at least at Plato's Closet, the pants I get are brand new with tags on. Like my favorite pair of chinos that I ever got, it was a Dickies, or no, Dockers, I think.
Probably Dockers. I don't know if Dickies be making.
They have chinos. Dickies does. But they were Dockers, I think. Yeah, Dockers. Chinos, they're brand new. They're $12. I mean, still had a tag on them for like $59.99 or whatever.
Yeah.
They brand new with tags on. I'm like, okay, these are great. They're like navy, like slick, like not super like synthetic. It was like cotton.
Yeah.
Very nice. I wore those all the way through. Like I wore them until it was just ripped in the middle, just because
That always
thick thigh club.
yeah. Am I in the thick thigh club? I hope so.
Do you wear through your pants regularly, quickly?
Yeah. Like on here,
I'd say it's fair to say.
my back pocket it
Well, that
has
doesn't
a
have
hole.
anything to do with your thighs.
I know, and then-
that's your wads and wads of cash.
Also, like right where like the seam is at the groin, I will always have tears there in my jeans.
That's pretty normal right there. I mean, I'm being very graphic here, but I have a green pair of cards that were my dad's from the early 2000s that he gave me, and I have worn them in like right here, like almost like my leg cheeks, not my butt cheeks, but my leg cheeks right here. These big,
hams?
my hammies right there, like inside of it, and that's all like worn on the inside there, rather than just like the crotch. But it just wears through, and the material just goes away, and then it just starts splitting, and it's like, well, I need a new pair. I got better about that. I still have those green pairs, but I'm getting better about not wearing them because they're perfect, because they're like green Carhartt pants that are like worn, almost like it's been washed with like bleach or something like that.
Yeah.
They've been worn in the right spot, so it's like very light green, and there's like little ruffles here and there. And
Yeah.
I think that's best. But then I went to Royal King and got a new pair of these. $60. Got two pairs. Got a top color, taupe, however you say it. Taupe, thank you. And then these like forest green ones. And I've had them for about a year now, and they're wearing in pretty good, so they're pretty loose.
For me,
Less
it's
crispy.
like last year, I think I was still living in Dayton or something. I went and bought like 3 new pairs of jeans because I really only had these and another pair that were like good. They were like correctly sort of fitting. They were a little bit looser, a little bit more comfortable because I prefer like a loose pant to a tight pant. Like
Sure.
I hate being constricted in my legs.
Yeah.
And then within 3 weeks, the one of the pairs I bought at Old Navy had like just a split right down the middle of the crotch, and it was like, bro, what the hell? I just
Yeah.
got these, and they were not cheap, but
There's some pairs
it's
that
like-
I haven't actually worn out.
I want quality pair of jeans.
Right.
But it's
There's
like,
been some pairs where they just rip.
like, when I think of like quality, I think of Levi's, and like, oh, Levi 501s. But every time I've ever like, I remember wearing them in high school, like Levi's, that they would be like so tight and like, and they would be pretty. I just didn't like them.
Yeah. I recently got what I've discovered as the perfect pair of Levi's for me, which previously I started buying whenever I saw Levi's at Goodwill. I started buying them in 40 waist instead because typically I was 36 or a 38. And then I started buying because like 38 was like, it fit me pretty well. Like there's some 38s that felt a little loose, some 38s that were a little tight. And so then I just started like saying like, fuck yeah, I'm just going to buy 40s now. So I started buying 40s and I got these 40, I think 32s or 34s on lengths.
Yeah.
Something like that. And they're great. However, I think they were 550s. They were 550s, which I liked them. They were cool, but because they were like an inch or two long on me, it almost like had like a bell bottom effect.
Yeah, bunched up at the bottom or something.
It like flared out at the bottom. Like it was like big and like cover my shoe, whatever. Which it didn't always look bad. It looked good with most fits, but it wasn't exactly what I wanted. I wanted like a shorter, like when I pulled up, it's like not cuffed, but like shows
It's
a little
around.
sock.
Yeah, it's around here.
Yeah, it's like it's upper ankle, and so like you can see the tops of my shoes, stuff like that. And it wasn't quite it. I still wear them. I don't wear them as often as my, I think, 505s, 500s. I don't remember what shape it is, but I mean they were just like another
There's
like
some guy
dark
that-
wash boot cut Levi, and I'm like I wear those more often because it's. And then I was at a consignment store recently, or a boutique, and I found the exact same pair of Levi 550s. It's like a bleach, like a light wash. It's like more like that of 550s, but they were 40/30. I'm like, that might be too short. They were $10. I'm like, there's like no stains, no rips, no nothing. So I'm like, I'm gonna get them for $10. It's definitely worth it. I tried them on. They are the perfect jean, like the jean I've wanted my whole life. I've been searching for my whole life. And I don't know, I was just so pleased. And then that same day, I also got these like completely unbranded, like no tag on them, unbranded like workwear pants. They just look like Carhartts, but they're blanket lined with like a fleece,
Where'd you get those?
Briellas.
Oh.
But man, I tell you what, that was a really good day. Got a running jacket.
Doing a lot of running?
No, but this time last year, I ran a mile every day for like a month and a half.
Okay.
Like New Year thing, and I liked it a lot. Didn't do that this year so far, but who knows? Maybe I will after
I always hate the New
I
Year.
finish my capstone.
It's because like every time I go to the gym, it's just way more
Yeah.
like crowded. Because I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm gonna like. I feel like that trend of like, oh, the new year, new me. I'm gonna go to the gym more often. I feel like that trend like started or whatever was like back when we were like younger. I thought we would have like grown out of it by now. It's like, oh, we realize that people.
It's hard for people not to treat the New Year as a restart.
Yeah, but
I will say I'm typically a person who always is like that, and I like set a lot of goals for myself. Where like I'll journal for a day or two around the New Year, or I'll make up some new like habit or new routine or something like that, or some new one thing like, oh, I want to try this year. Or like last year, I wanted to read more books, which I did. I read 20 books this year or whatever, which is the most books I've ever read in my whole life.
when you mean read, do you mean like Audible or do you mean?
Both. I mean, some Audible, sometimes Audible. I mean, the summer, most of the books I read were Audible because I was driving back and forth every day. It's like 40, 50 minutes a day of just like, yeah, I'm going to throw the book on. Because like I would start reading it on the paperback, and then I was like, if I'm going to be driving 50 minutes a day, basically,
From
going
where?
back and forth from home to campus,
Oh yeah.
I'm like, why not just throw it on Audible? But I'd say half of them I probably read just paperback. I think I own all of them.
I just feel
paperback, which
like
is a problem.
with me, it's like I just don't have time to read because my day is
Well,
pretty
you do
well
have time to read.
I
You
do have
just-
time
you
to
don't-
read, but
it's
I'd
not a
rather be doing
priority.
something else.
Right, yeah.
It's like most of the like time that I have in the day of talking to other people outside of work is playing video games with Evan.
Yeah.
But that time it usually ends around 10. So if I wanted to like around 10 start winding down and like start reading books at that point, I probably could. But usually at like 10, when Evan gets off, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go play a game that I wanted to play. Like, I want to play by myself because that's like my
Yeah.
alone time. Like, do what I wanted to do
Right.
instead of just playing like co-op games, which
Sure.
you know I always have fun. I try to make time in my schedule to play those co-op games just because I find them fun.
Yeah.
But like I guess if I wanted to read more, I could.
I mean, it's the same thing. I mean, like for me, it was as simple as like it was something that I never did or wanted to do, and the few times I did try to read, I'm like, oh, it's such a drag. It was so hard to because like it was like I think in my mind I don't have any time, but then I'm like, okay, wait, all this time I'm scrolling or watching TV shows or YouTube or I don't play video games very much that at all during the semester, but like if it was a break or something like that, I play a lot of video games, a lot of Stardew Valley. But I felt the same way. I'm like, I don't have any time. But then I was like, one day I was like, you know what? I've gotten this book recommended. It was Norwegian Wood. Got this book recommended to me a few times, and I'm just gonna do it. So I ordered a copy of it on Amazon for like $5.
Is Amazon still like the place to get books? 'Cause I remember that's like how they started, and it's like, but
I mean, I have Audible and Kindle, so
both of those.
everything
anyway.
online that's books I do. The main reason I bought it from Amazon was because I wanted a new copy of it. For me, typically, if I buy books that aren't like on sale, I buy books from Abe Books or Thrift Books. Both are used bookstores that keep them in pretty good quality and pretty good prices. Like I can order probably 4 or 5 books that are like pretty well known and in really pretty good condition for $2-3 a piece.
I really wanted to take you to this place in Dayton when you were visiting.
Yeah.
It was just super small and very thrifty bookstore, and it had like
Yeah.
so many books, and it was just a long hallway filled to the brim with like stacks of books, old movies, old TV shows.
Yeah.
Just so cool. I know you would have loved it. That's where I got that like 1984 to 1989 Toyota Celica manual. Just because like I'm not gonna read it, or probably ever use for it,
coffee
but
table
it's
book.
cool.
Yeah, it's
It's
cool.
like it's a cool book that I would like to have. Because the Toyota Celica is also known like its other model that was based off it's Toyota Supra, one of the best cars ever. But
Depending on who you ask, but yeah.
depending on who you ask, because some people
It's a
will
cool
say,
looking
"Nah,
car."
I like a 40.
There's 4 or 5 Supras on campus.
But those are like the new Supras. The
Right,
Supras. And then there's the Zupra, the guy who has on his license plate.
Oh, really?
Zupra. Yeah.
I didn't notice that. But like I was saying, I kind of just forced myself to read the first book, and it was just such a good book that it was like, oh,
I definitely
get
get
it
what you
now.
mean because like
I was able to enjoy it and be able to have it be like, this is something I want to do. Like there was like when I was reading that book, like when I got home from class, I'm like, oh, I can't wait to read this book, and like it takes a little bit of like fake it till you make it type of
Yeah,
things, or like
I do get
forcing yourself to be a little performative about it. It's like, okay, I'm gonna go out in public and get a coffee, and it kind of like gives you like social pressure to actually read the book,
My
which was
senior-
nice at first.
my senior year of college, I was reading like a few books. Like one like right before I got to college, one at the very end. It was one right before college. It was called like Rich Dad Rich Dad Poor Dad. The author himself is kind of shitty. He's like a big Trumpy guy, but
Sure.
like it was just talks about like, oh, you want to set your like you want to have a business and pay yourself with that business, and then like at that time, oh yeah, that makes sense. And then as I grew older, I'm like, not everyone can just start a business. What do you mean by a business? Like you have to have something to sell someone else, or it's like, oh, do real estate arbitrage. It's like those are like scam ways of amazing because it's like you're
Yeah,
just
they're
sucking money out of the system that you really didn't do any work for.
Yeah, I mean, I disagree with the fact that not everyone can start a business. There's different steps based on different class.
Okay, what I'm saying is that there's not always like not everyone always has something to start a business with.
Sure, like not everyone has an idea, but like if you have an idea for a business, anyone can start a business.
Sure.
Maybe not a successful business, but if you do it right, I truly believe that as a hospitality and business person.
I have a business minor as
I
well.
mean, I feel very confident that I can start a business.
What type of business?
I don't know. I think forever I wanted to start a restaurant, and I still do at some point. I don't know if that's what I'll do right away or what I'll do only, but been having more and more run-ins with poor hospitality systems that I'm more aware of now because of my knowledge and experience.
Poor hospitality system? What do you mean?
Like people not doing it correctly
Hmm.
in hospitality. And so it made me want to be like, man, I wish I could like get paid to tell them how to fix it, like help them. Like I want to go in and like give professional advice and support. Like go in for an appointment or whatever and like be like, here's a few
Like a consultant?
measure like consultant. Yeah, I wasn't getting to that, but yeah, consultant, like a hospitality consultant, or like having my own consulting firm. I just don't know if that's really much
That's
of a
not
thing.
that's not something you can start right out of college because
That
it's like
that's true.
you don't have
need
the
to
real
have-
world experience of like working at the place that
You
you
need
want.
to have like that's also what I was saying too. Like
like every
I was like, I could come in here and like actually save this bit. Like I've had this feeling before in places. Like I can save this business. Like I could spend 2-3 hours with the staff and the manager, the owner, whatever, and I could like absolutely like turn the profits around.
in 2
But
3 hours.
nobody's gonna listen to me. I'm a 22-year-old who's done 3.5 years of hospitality school.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, I've worked in restaurants since I was able to work. I mean, I guess I started when I was 16, but I worked in restaurants and catering and fine dining, all that stuff.
Where did you work that was fine dining?
The Capstone, it's
Oh,
fine dining when I was a
yeah.
chef, yeah. And then did catering in high school, like for a wedding venue. I worked at a vegan restaurant in the kitchen. I worked. What else did I do? I did HR and stuff this past summer for a chicken place. And then lots of back of house experience in the fine dining test kitchen.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, what you're saying kind of reminds me of like the engineering kids who come out right out of college with all like the fresh academic knowledge about how engineering
Yeah.
works, and then they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna go be a consultant," and then they like work. It's like, and then the companies that have to have like consultants come in, they'll tell them something. It's like, "Oh, change it like this," and then they'll just leave and not care if it actually works. Because it's like, yeah, they technically buy the book. You're supposed to do it this way, and they try to implement it, and it doesn't work. But
Sure.
the consultant doesn't really care because they got paid to tell them how to do it, and then they left. That's like a big thing with consultants.
Sure.
By like people who've been in engineering fields for like 30 years hate consultants because it's like some dude who just like 2 years out of college just came in and told them how to do something differently, even though like they already know like doing it this way works. It's not technically
Right, and that's I feel
like
like the unique thing with the hospitality field is for two reasons. One, I think it is very beneficial to have someone like because a lot of
it is beneficial. To have
I mean,
someone
like
who's,
80-90% of restaurants fail
yeah,
because the most popular thing with restaurants is people who have a lot of money are just like, okay, let me start this business to like just like have something making safe money or whatever. And what they do is they don't have much hospitality experience. They have business experience. They start a business and they make a menu or they work with someone to make a menu or a restaurant concept, whatever, of something they like. Like, I really like this type of Italian food or whatever, so I'm going to make this Italian restaurant. And it might work for a little bit. It may not be always in the negative, but like people will come, people might like it, whatever. But the biggest thing is like that's not how you make a successful restaurant. You make a ever changing, constantly growing, very well documented, highly planned out like process for every single aspect of your menu, of your sales, of each day, whatever. And it's not based upon just like, oh, this person has a lot of money. I have this idea for this cool restaurant. Do it. These are food I like. This is food I like. That's the biggest thing. Like you see it in like the Kitchen Nightmares shows. It's like just really stubborn owners and chefs. They're like, what do you mean? I love this food. This is my food. This is the best food. And people are like, it's terrible and it's making people sick. It's awful. And that's one of the biggest things that fail with businesses. And so it's really, I mean, it's hard to connect to people that are like, it's their baby. But like, it's one of those things that like a few steps can, like, for example, the university over COVID, our hospitality department was like reached out to, I don't know if it was a different university that like hosted it or sponsored it, but basically it was like helping restaurants out
yeah,
over COVID to help them survive and providing them like templates and stuff like that for like recipe standardization and like costing stuff and profit and loss documentation and accounting things, all kinds of stuff like that. And like he would send professor, he would send out like teams of students to go to those restaurants and like teach them all the things. It's like, hey, these are the few basic steps you can take to start like maybe like understanding like what you could. It can be as simple as, we're not making enough money on our lasagna. Let's look at each ingredient, see what's costing us, see the percentages, and it's that simple, really, to have a successful restaurant. Typically, not a lot of failed restaurants don't have ingredient costing and stuff like that. They have how much did groceries cost us this week? How much did we make in sales this week? I mean, sure, they might have itemized lists because of their online point of sale system, but they don't have a recipe that's been costed per serving and compared to how much you're paying
I
for
can
labor.
definitely see how that would help.
It's very, very easy to just get into a restaurant without thinking about that. And it's also very, very easy to greatly improve a restaurant when you do things like that.
Like, once we start our restaurant business, it's going to be itemized cost. Gingerbread Bagel Company.
Gingerbread Bagel Company.
I think that was what it was.
Yeah,
We
Ginger Bros.
Ginger Bros.
Well, then we said that's too much like Einstein Bros, and so then I think we did Gingerbread Bagel.
Yeah, Gingerbread Bagel.
Yeah,
I like Gingerbread Bagel Company.
yeah. Bagel Company is just
Yeah, Bagel Companies is like, it sounds official.
And then the other thing
St. Louis Bread Company.
with it hospitality being unique is that, like for consulting and stuff like that, it's not. It's a place where when you're not doing great as a restaurant, you don't have much capital. You're working day to day trying to just survive, pay bills. So the likelihood that you'll pay someone a bunch of money to come in and tell you how to do it right, very unpopular. And so part of me is just like, maybe that's not a successful business model of like, hey, pay me a bunch of money because I want to get rich if I do something like that. Like if I work in corporate or not corporate, like hospitality or restaurants for the next 20 years and go into a consulting firm, I don't want to make nothing doing it again. That would be my, like, not retirement, but that'll be my final job where I just sit there, use all my knowledge and expertise to help people get paid a bunch of money. Why don't you pay a bunch of money? Why not?
But
It's
I feel
just
like
not a
also
thing.
it's like you have to be able to have like a certain level of like people need to know about you and like see.
That's true.
That's
Yeah.
why I
you
feel like
have
that's
to
the hard
have-
part with starting a consulting firm is that like if you're like a brand new consulting firm, how are people supposed to like know about? I mean, I guess it's like marketing and like advertising, but it's like if you've starting off the ground, I feel like a consulting firm is really hard because it's like the company has to trust that you like know what you're doing, and when you're brand new, you probably don't have.
Yeah,
any
they're paying you for
credibility.
if they're paying you for advice, they got to know you're going to give them good advice, even though they don't know what that is yet. Yeah, it's a weird thing. And also the hard part too with hospitality and restaurants in particular is it's art. Like a lot of it is seen as art. Like yes, it's very business oriented.
Food is suggested. I can't say
Subjective.
that. Subjective.
Right.
Subjective.
And so
Subjective.
it's another one of those things is like if you want to be big in the food world, you have to be not famous, but you have to be known enough. It's like one of those things, just like if you want to be a big actor, if you want to make a lot of money as an actor, people are going to know you. If you want to make a lot of money as a painter, people are going to know your art. If you want to make a lot of money as a YouTube person, people are going to know your art. You have to be known to be able to make more money on it. I mean, sure, there's people that make a lot of money that aren't like famous in the food world or the art world, whatever.
Yeah.
But they still are known by people within the industry. So it's like, it's not as easy to just have like concrete, like this is my this is my CV. These are the places I've worked. This is the experience I've had.
CV. I've never heard
Resume.
I know, but like the last time I heard something called a CV was Spanish class in high school.
Well, sure, yeah.
I don't know how different it is for hospitality managers, but hospitality management, but
Resume.
we call it resume.
Yeah, everyone calls it resume. I just
Why'd you
said
say
CV
CV?
because it's what came to mind.
No,
I mean, it's Latin for it.
I know, but it's just like I'm still confused.
I mean, some jobs I've applied to call it CV. It's like
I mean, of course they'll say like resume/CV, and but like
yeah,
this is giving this.
yeah, we can wrap it up. But
I said this is just giving me episode 0.5 vibes.
Yeah, just like
I haven't talked very much.
I don't know about.
I've maybe thrown in a few things.
You said some things, but what was I? I was wrapping up on.
Talking about CVs.
Right.
Talking about consulting, starting a company.
Oh, I was
being
like saying
known.
it's like it's a different expectation sometimes when it comes to food. stuff
Yeah.
like that, because it's like it's not just having the experience, it's also it's very heavily based on recommendation and portfolio. So
Yeah.
I don't even remember where that got started at.
Real quick, I'm gonna check to see if we're still recording.
Something, and then
I'm done with
went
mine.
through.
Should I bring out my special drink?
I'm sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Diet Coke.
No, it is a long drink.
The long drink.
I will say, out of like all the different alcoholic seltzers, I think long drink has to be one of my favorites. It's very refreshing.
It's really good.
The White Claw pineapple is okay, but it's
I mean,
not.
it's not really a seltzer.
It is though. It's gin and seltzer water.
Is it not? It's sweetened though. It's like
It
it's
has
grapefruit soda.
It's gin with natural grapefruit and juniper berry flavors, sucralose, and carbonation. Where's the ingredients list?
Sucralose, yeah. So it's like juice. It's like grapefruit and juniper juice. I mean, juniper is.
Did you see that?
Gin. No.
I just
Oh, you
spilled
dribbled?
all over my hand. I went to go look at the ingredients. I just spilled it all over my hand.
Just tipped it onto your
Oh, I'm
hand.
so stupid. Sorry, I was dripping.
Fill us in on your exciting break, sir.
Yeah. I'm a little pissed right now because I just spilled all over your couch. Well, not all over. It's just like a small little drop. But now it looks like I pissed myself.
And everyone's gonna know that you did.
I mean,
because
that
it's
would-
all on footage.
That will probably be pretty fun. And I did not do that on purpose. My break was pretty cool. I got 2 weeks off of work, just having to take 3 days of PTO. And it's very weird doing that right when you start a job. It's like, hey, I was here for 3 weeks, now I'm going to be gone for 2. So I feel like almost half of the time I've been at work has been on PTO.
Yeah.
But it was fun. Came down here, spent a majority of my break down here with you, with Lily. I know we touched on it briefly on the Christmas episode, but we had to put Tommy down,
Yeah.
which was not fun for anybody
Right.
involved. I don't think if you have fun doing that,
Yeah, I don't think anyone has fun doing that.
yeah, you're
Except maybe Jeff
Jeff.
Dahmer, because that's how he started.
Jeffrey Dahmer. Yeah, Jeffrey.
He would
Yeah, good old Jeff.
kill aminals.
We went up to Lily's grandparents' house.
Yeah.
The day of Christmas, like after we had opened presents at Lily's house. We stay at Lily's house for Christmas Eve, and then wake up, do presents. A few hours after that, we head up to the Chicago suburbs, go hang out with both of her sets of grandparents.
Yeah.
I got the best gift out of anyone, I think. Well, I did get a lot of cool gifts. I got like an air fryer, which I've been wanting for a while, because ever since I moved away from Utah, never had an air fryer, because the one we had with P-Man, it was bought by his dad, so that was technically his.
Yeah.
And
I think
so-
you said that a couple
yeah.
times on the podcast.
Yeah, but I'm so happy to have an air fryer. Got a stainless steel pan, which
I think we did this on the last one.
no, because I had yet. We were doing it on Christmas Eve. Okay, that's what I got from my mom. So yeah, they know what I got. What I
yeah.
got for Christmas Day was also pretty cool. I got some Bears
Yeah,
paraphernalia. I got a
yeah.
cool Bears shirt. I got a cool Lego set, which I had much fun putting
Oh,
together.
the 911?
The Porsche 911. Porsche. I don't think they made it.
Oh, the Twin Tower?
I think that would be a pretty cool Lego set.
The
though.
destructible Lego set?
Destructible Lego set with the buildable Lego plane.
Mm-hmm.
And the minifig would be.
Yeah.
So, I'm giving Lego ideas here, okay? I think you did. You came up with it. You said just 9/11, so that's your idea. Everything I
credit.
said was his idea. So,
I get credit.
got some cool Nerf guns that you saw when I was shooting at you.
Oh, those were Christmas presents?
Yeah, that was a Christmas present from good old Lily's dad.
Good old Lily's dad.
Good old, because I was going to say his full name. I was like, that seems like a bad idea.
Yeah.
He loves to give me childish toys because he misses, I think, having a kid. So I get a lot of like.
He lets his inner child.
Yeah, one
come
Christmas
through.
we got these like really shitty like pretend like box cutters. They're like plastic, and they're cool. We were messing
Yeah.
with them a lot, but so he got me that, and then a knife. Finally got a knife, which I swear
left at Lily's
I left at Lily's apartment, but I was very
I
happy
got
to
one
find.
too.
I know.
I
You
ordered myself one. I mean, it's
did.
the same brand, but it's not the same knife.
Yeah.
So
Finally got a
I think
knife.
it's Civivi. It's
Civivi
just a popular.
or Civi or
I think it's Civivi.
I thought it was Civvi.
I thought that it was too at first, but the box I got today was Civivi.
Okay, so Civivi. I got one
They're
of those.
slick.
Nice.
I mean, they're overall the best rated right now on Amazon for sure.
Yeah, and I think they've gone to knife shows and won awards there too.
Oh, I believe it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, they're really well well received. Also, very affordable when it comes to like a high quality knife.
Yeah.
Compared to crazy brands. But
Also
yeah.
got Lego bonsai tree.
Oh, I
that
have
was
one of
cool.
those. Yeah.
Yeah,
I got one in my
it
room.
was kind of a pain in the ass to put together because you have to put all those
The
little
frogs. Yeah.
It was it pissed.
I think I built it green first.
I built mine
And
pink
mine's
first.
pink now, so I took all of them off and put the pink ones on.
Yeah,
Because I was like, I changed my mind. Like, no,
I
want
did
pink.
save all of the green parts and put it in, kept it in the box
I have
and put it
those.
up on my bed.
I have those
So,
in a box somewhere still too.
yeah,
I think I have the orchid, the bonsai tree,
a lot of plants.
and I received one this year from Aiden.
Your brother?
Yes. What was it? Oh, it was a Japanese maple tree.
Oh, that's a new thing.
Yeah, new one. It's a
New
set.
Lego?
He gets me a Lego set every year.
That's sick.
I didn't know that this was a trend. I didn't even catch on this year until he said, he like handed me the box for Christmas and he said, but you can't guess what it is. I'm like, wait, what? Is there something? Did I ask for something? I don't even know. I opened it, it was a Lego set. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because last year he got me a Kingfisher Lego set.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It's sick. I still haven't built it yet because I brought it to my house and then I was just too afraid to put it up anywhere because I didn't want the cat to break it and I didn't have anywhere in my room. But now I think I'm going to put together my botanicals, the Kingfisher, put them up on a shelf.
Yeah.
And then he also, the year before that, he got me the Luke Skywalker helmet, like on mount. And then he also bought me like the light set for it that you can install LEDs inside of it. So it like lights up and
pretty
flashes and
cool.
stuff like that. So I guess it's a new trend, which I love. I mean, I never want him to ever like buy me like the nice, like expensive Lego sets, but he buys me really cool stuff regardless, like the less than $100. Because, well, I don't have an income, so I can't buy him much.
Yeah. Well, so once we got up to,
Yes.
we opened all those gifts, got some pretty cool gifts, got a Bears hat. It's because I'm a big Bears guy now.
Big
I know,
Bears
like
guy.
I know you had your fantasy segment, but I feel like I'm Mr. Bears.
You're
fan.
Mr. Football right
I'm
now.
Mr.
yeah.
Football at the
I haven't
moment.
watched much since my fantasy league.
Yeah, it's
ended.
because you only. I'm not gonna say you only cared about football for the fantasy, but it's
Oh,
like-
yeah. I barely watched the games, truthfully.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I watched them when they were on in my house. But that's
But now I'm Mr. Football. I'm paying attention to the schedule. I'm paying attention who's winning, who's doing well. Like I'm starting to learn all the names. So hopefully next year you include me in your fantasy league. Well, it's
yeah,
not-
for
it's not
sure. I
yours,
mean,
but
if they do it again, yeah.
Yeah, if they
If
do it
not, we
again.
can do our own.
we could just between me and you.
Oh, we could find some other.
Yeah, we can
we'll
find
get
some.
friends in there.
But because I'm really invested, only because the Bears are doing well. I've always liked the Bears. I've always would say like, oh, who's your favorite football team? Oh, the Bears. The Bears.
Right.
But not because I paid attention. It's just because my dad was a Bears fan.
Right. It's a
But-
family thing.
Yeah,
I
it's a
get it.
family. It's a family sports team, just like the Cardinals. Like when I was a kid, I loved the Cardinals. I was super into baseball and all this. But now,
Yeah.
like, I don't care as much. I don't care. Pay attention.
Yeah, I mean,
But
there's
it's-
not much to pay attention to.
No, for the
especially not
Cardinals.
right now. They sold all their players, so
My dad said they're doing a very rebuilding for the next 2
I'd
years.
say it's going to be a few years of rebuilding. It's going to be a few years of we're the Cubs, and then we'll come back, and then we'll be the Cardinals again.
Yeah. But anyway, very big Mr. Football guy because I've been watching all the Bears games, or at least paying attention. I didn't watch the Detroit versus Bears game, most recent one, because I don't really have any way to.
We were
access.
together.
We were together. That was after Christmas. Let me go back to Christmas.
Sure.
So we went up to Lily's parents. So I had already gotten like basically all the gifts I was going to get, and then we were just sitting there after eating lunch with all of Lily's like family and cousins, and I was just sitting on the floor. Lily's grandma comes like, "Hey Grant, I remember on Thanksgiving you said you liked that vintage sweater of Brian's. So we found these two things, and I looked at it, I'm like, that was like the biggest reaction of all of my Christmas gifts. It was these two. It was two pristine vintage like 90s era sweaters, and then you've seen them of course
Yeah,
by
they're pretty
now,
cool.
but like I'm just kind of more explaining for the pod, but like I was so excited. I was like, oh, and I was like, it's like, what more could you ask for if you like sweaters? Like I have mentioned previously, this is one of my faves, the old Illinois.
Classic.
Yeah, I wear this quite a bit.
I can tell the litters are peeling.
Are they really? Mm-hmm. What? Oh no, that's
Yep.
not good. Shit.
It's well worn.
Okay. And
Life
at some
well
point,
lived.
it'll just say Illinois.
Yelp.
Illinois. Illinois.
Elton.
But these things are like, we're in a grandparent's closet, untouched, like probably in like some vacuum sealed bag. And like, they're a little pilly inside, like one of them has like pockets inside.
Yeah.
Little pilly in there. I have no problem with pilling. Lily is very sensory issue pilling. She hates.
Well, they have sweater shavers.
They
Those
do.
are pretty slick.
It might be hard to get inside that.
Well, yeah.
Lily has one. I bought her one for Christmas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I knew
They're
she
pretty
hates.
slick.
She hates pilling, so I was like, "Here's a perfect gift
Yeah.
for Lily: a shaver, so nothing will ever be." Pilled.
Yeah, I've never been too affected by it when it comes to clothing, typically. But my mom really wanted one because our couch started to get kind of pilly, and so she just shaves it every once in a while.
Yeah, like my problem is that a lot of my like sweatpants, like especially like Champion or any of those like big
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
inside like the
thighs.
we're going back to the crotch, going
Back to the crouch.
In there, it gets really pilly, especially
Yeah.
for me. Like it's because it's always rubbing together because I don't really have a thigh gap. I don't got a thigh gap. This shit's
Maybe
smacked
one
together.
day.
I don't know. Even like I feel like it's cool. Like if you're a dude, just having tree trunk legs.
A thigh gap
On
as
a dude?
I don't know if I've ever seen.
I don't
it
even know if that's
before.
possible because something's covering that gap.
Right.
Most of the
I don't know if
time.
that's. I don't know if our hips are built wide enough for that.
Yeah, I
I
don't.
mean, I'm sure there's some people that
got pretty big hips.
work out like that, but like
I don't even know how.
our pelvis ain't built
That's
like
not
that.
even
'cause
in
we
my
don't-
purview.
We lack a need to have anything in between our pelvis.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Everything
Versus
kind of
a-
sits on top of the pelvis.
Wide frame.
It sits on the pelvis to the knee, depending on how cool you are. Dangly. My ball dangling in the water.
I just watched that
Yeah.
episode yesterday. My balls
Anyway,
tangling in the
got some
water.
really cool sweaters. And then had a good time up in the Chicagoland area with Lily and Lily's parents.
Yeah.
I will say, like, there's been a lot of TikToks recently about like, the Christmas with the in-laws, and they were open one gift at a time, and plus it's 76 degrees in the house. It's like, bro, that's
Yeah.
exactly how it took 3 hours. All the kids, once we got to like me and like the other spouses of the children of the family, we get like 1 or 2 gifts. That
Yeah,
are, they're cool. But most of them is like that's when their grandparents are giving them their gifts. But so it takes a little bit just for the kids, maybe like an hour and a half, because there's a bunch of us, or a bunch of them, a bunch of the kids. There's 3 in Lily's, there's 2 in Lily's. Anyway, that takes a while. But what took the absolute longest is when it just got down to Lily's mom and Lily's aunt. It took them 2 hours to get through like 5 gifts each. So I was like, because they would like do it and then they start talking about a story and they get sidetracked and they start crying and really. And I was like, oh. Also, I don't know what disease it was, but I was dying. I could not breathe. I was like,
I have that at my grandma's house sometimes too.
no. I was sick before Christmas.
Oh, it was it was an actual.
I woke up on Christmas Eve feeling a little sick, and I was just dying.
Yeah, it's like dust or mold or something at my grandparents' house. Every time I need a Claritin or 2.
No, this
get
was
through the day.
This was a viral illness.
Same thing in Lily's parents' basement. It's the exact same.
No,
thing.
I don't know what it is down there that you.
It's
just cannot-
dust or mold or
Yeah.
something, one of the 2.
I hope it's not mold.
It doesn't seem like it would be mold. It's a pretty well kept basement.
Kept.
Yeah.
Doing what you do to me.
What? Kept is a word?
Kept. Well kept.
Well kept is a thing, but well kept is also a thing.
I don't think that's right.
Really? I'm
Well
pretty
kept?
certain. Kept.
Well kept.
Like, yeah.
Well kept. Well kept. I guess yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I thought
Well kept is also a thing that means the similar thing, but yeah. Well kept is usually referred to like it's like
I was
in
wrong.
good manner.
that's one thing I'm gonna try to work on this year is admitting when I'm wrong more often because I
There
feel
you go. Everyone could use a little humility. I know I
Yeah.
need some.
I don't know. We may talk about our conversation. We had 2 crazy conversations over break. Like,
Yeah.
well, not break. We had one yesterday, and then we also had one with.
Last week.
Yeah. Anyway, I
Murphers.
should we let him in?
see what he's doing?
I was just saying,
Was it well kept?
well kept. We were talking about well kept.
Oh,
the basement.
being
being
more-
sick. I was sick.
Being more humility this year. Is
Yeah.
that weird?
Yeah.
And then back to the story is like,
Yeah.
you're sick. Okay.
Back to the story. I was
All right.
very. Oh, okay.
I'm gonna open my next beer
Go
before we
ahead.
continue.
Yeah, yeah.
It's okay. This is a unmarked bottle due to that it is our
It is
it's
our
it's,
word.
it's my dad and I's Irish stout that we made. It's pretty yummy. I've already had few before.
I did try a sip of one yesterday. It tastes pretty much like Guinness.
Yeah.
But I think I might like it more than Guinness because the last Guinness I've ever had tasted exactly like cigarettes to me.
It was circumstantial. We talked about that
Yeah.
when we were in the basement. It was circumstantial, but I agree. It tastes a lot like Guinness. It's a little less creamy, but I think that could be fixed with nitrogen. But no, it's just it's a pretty basic. It's pretty dry, pretty hoppy. We put the hops in pretty early on it and let it stew for a while. So yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
It's yummy.
Anyway,
Tastes like a stew.
try a little sip of that.
I'm also a big fan of like a room temperature stout. Typically, I don't really care. I mean, I like a cold stout, but like
I don't mind that at all.
I don't mind a warm stout.
I could probably drink one of those. Maybe I'll drink one later with you.
Yeah. Let's cheers to that and then continue our story.
Yeah. Anyway, I was dying of some viral disease.
Yeah.
Could not breathe. Always hit my inhaler every 2 to 3 hours, which usually my emergency inhaler barely ever hit.
Yeah.
I hit. When I say hit, like it's something else. Yeah. But
Penicillin.
penicillin. I don't think you inject penicillin. You.
I don't know actually.
I think of antibiotics as like a pill, but I guess you could have like intravenous.
I think of penicillin as like blue cheese.
It's a fungus. Yeah.
Penicillium.
Penicillium. Anyway, took forever. I was dying. I probably had a low grade fever. Also was hot in there. Couldn't breathe.
Yeah.
Having to sit on the floor while there's so. I don't know if I was overstimulated because I'm not really a guy who gets overstimulated very well. Like
I do.
Yeah.
I'm bad at like public large events.
I'm okay. I just
Sometimes the
think I'm
bar's a little
socially-
much, but like going to like a big concert or a big sporting event with it, sometimes it's just like it's not fun due to
Well,
how many
speaking
people
of
are
big
there.
sporting events. Anyway.
Yes, sir.
We so that was fun. Then we a few days later drove up to Wausau, Wisconsin with my mom. Me, Lily, my mom, and Lily at that point was sick because I had gotten her sick. I told her like right before Christmas, like I'm getting sick. Do you guys want me to like go be home and so I don't have to? She's like, no, we need to come with us. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, we had a good time. I had just been like I was on the upswing of the illness, so I was feeling pretty great.
Sure.
Skied a lot, had a great time because most of the time like I would ski in the Midwest in college because that's the first time I started skiing. We only had like one day there, so like I would no breaks, no nothing. Like you kind of just going all day. Don't really care how sore you are because you only have one day here.
Yeah.
This time we had 3 days of skiing.
Oh, yeah.
And like it was perfect because like I would go ski, get a little bit tired, especially because my boots were new. You have to break in your boots.
Right.
And that process sucks.
New boot goofing.
I was new boot goofing, and new ski goofing. And
Floop,
I was
the
new.
boot scoot
Yeah, I was new. Everything below my knee new. Socks.
baloney.
Yeah.
Baloney.
Also tried Sweet Green for the first time as we were heading up, dude. That's why I took because the weekend after I got home from skiing, Lily just went back down to the campus, and Liam actually came to come
she had a
visit
dance
me.
competition.
She had a dance competition.
She had her own
She
thing.
had to go to
We didn't
Indianapolis.
abandon her.
No, it's not like she's like, oh, Liam, come visit me, not Lily. No, but Liam did come visit
She
me.
was busy.
We were planning on doing a lot more than we ended up doing.
We really couch potatoed it out.
But that's fine. That's
It
kind
was
of what
fun. I mean, we were just enjoying each other's company. We made a lot of great food.
we made.
We watched a lot of Game of Thrones, and we did nothing productive.
It's okay.
I mean, you got your meal prep.
I got
done
my
for the
meal
week.
prep done, and that was awesome. I'll have to figure out how I'm going to do that this week because
That's hard.
I'm going because Lily she's going to go visit Sturgeon Rashcock. Lily's going to go visit Sturgeon.
Virgin?
Lily's going to go visit Sturgeon Rashcock this weekend.
That's the debut of the nickname.
That's the debut of the Nick game, but we
But
don't.
she doesn't watch our
She,
content,
she,
so
I
she
hope
won't.
she does.
She'll get it whenever we tell it to her face.
Yeah, well, I already told her. I told her while we were at.
She knows. She won't internalize it though until we say it to her face. Just
Yeah,
like
she's like,
just
"What
like
the hell?"
starch.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
didn't like really think about it, even though I referred to that only when texting her. But
Starch. Yeah.
starch.
I feel like you and I refer to starch as starch to Lily and you almost exclusively. Like, I don't ever really say her actual name.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she's gonna go visit. So I'm gonna have I'm going up to Chicago tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon. But you said you're gonna be busy. You're gonna be hanging out with your parents and packing. So I might as well
Tomorrow? Yeah.
I'll
I'm gonna. I mean, I don't have much to pack. I just have my cords and
And I don't really have
equipment,
like
but
anything
and then
to
some
do
clothes
here.
to bring back.
Lily's
but-
gonna go to dance, and then immediately from there go down.
Yeah,
to
I'll
St.
hang out with
Louis.
my folks just because, like,
So I'll probably just get up and
Yeah.
go when I wake up. Go drive to back home,
yeah,
which will give me a lot of good time to
build that PC,
build that PC
which is
before
what
my
we
mom
were
gets there.
supposed to do when we were hanging out.
We were supposed to build
but-
my PC, but it kept being like, okay, well, let's cook dinner. Like we ate sweet green. Like, oh, this is because neither of us ate that day.
right, Aiton.
Eaten. Neither of us have ate.
Did it. I did it again. I'm really good at it.
Neither of us had eaten that day.
Aiton did.
Aiden did. Have eaten.
Neither of us have had Aiden yet that day.
Yeah.
Ate
So
it.
we were like, let's get some sweet green and then get some stuff to cook later. But then by the time we were like got home and we were eating our sweet green, watching Game of Thrones, we're like, oh, it's 11. I'm like, do you want to cook? You're like, yeah, let's cook. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, because I mean, like I got into Champaign. Nope, into Chicago at like
4:35.
it was like 3:30 or 4.
It was pretty later in the day that I thought you were gonna be.
Right. I think I left at 1 and I got there at 3:30. Because I said I would leave somewhere between 10 and 1, and I left at 1:02.
Yeah.
So I think I got there at 3:30.
Because I thought when you said
No. Yeah, 3:30.
I'll leave between 10 and 1, I thought you were leaving at like 11.
I thought
So I
I
thought
was
you were gonna get
too,
there, like,
but
1.
I didn't wake up until like 11:45, and I was like, I should shower and like
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
pack, or else I'll forget stuff. But got there like 3:30, and we're like, okay, we're both really hungry, and then we're just like catching up, reminiscing. You're playing video games.
Yeah,
we're just like sitting,
because
hanging
like
out.
you got there in the middle of me playing video games, 'cause I
Right.
had no idea when you were gonna get there.
right.
So I was like,
So we weren't.
I do
it
have
was
your
like
location
we
on
were
my
both
phone,
like
but-
starving. It's just like, oh, we're so hungry right now. Let's go get sweet green. and then
yeah,
figure
because
out
I wanted to
dinner.
show you sweet. Well, you've had sweet green before then.
I've had it before. yeah.
Because it was just been a now recent experience. I was like, I really want
Yeah.
sweet green.
No,
Also,
absolutely.
if I get to Chicago or area tomorrow, by the time like it's around lunchtime, I'm probably gonna go get sweet green. 'Cause
Yeah.
we were talking about this week. I'm like, it's
really good.
I
You
will
should try
also
Kava if there's one near you. It's really good
That
too.
sounds really expensive. I thought.
Not more so than sweet. It's about the same as sweet green.
I
Like-
thought sweet
like,
green wasn't really that terrible of a price. Or
It wasn't that expensive. It was like what, $15 after
Yeah,
tip.
it's not. It's more expensive than Chipotle, but
Yeah, I think Kava's around the same. I'd say $15 for a bowl
yeah.
after
But-
tax.
I will
Maybe
look
not
to
after
see if
tip.
there's a kava, but
Kava is good. It's just like it feels like it's like a perfect in between of Chipotle and sweet green. I feel like
okay.
it's like it's still kind of like
Has me.
gives like vegetable, like healthy, fresh, like root vegetables and
I'll check it
nice
out. I'll see
bread
if they
with
have
your
one near me,
serving, nice
'cause-
like brown rice stuff like that, but
Yeah.
also like salsa,
Yeah.
and cheese and stuff like that.
So
like
anyway,
Chipotle.
the reason why I'm going up tomorrow is because on Sunday I have a big event, and let me preface it
Yes.
with a little story. We were watching the Bears. This is where the nickname Mr. Football comes from. We're watching the
Football.
Bears Green Bay Packers wild card game, and crazy game. I went through all the emotions
exciting.
of a Bears fan. People say,
Yeah.
and I've been joking around. I feel like one of the most fraudulent Bears fans in history because it's like I only just now cared, like in the past like few months because it's like
I mean,
one,
just like 80% of all Bears fans,
yeah.
or football
But-
fans.
Anyway, after the game ends, which if you watch our channel, you've probably seen the TikTok that Liam
Hopefully.
reposted. Lily made it. We celebrated, and about 5 minutes after the game ends, my mom calls me. She's like, "Hey, do you want to go to a Bears game?" I'm like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
Yeah.
She's like, "I'm on the website right now. We're gonna buy tickets." I'm like, "If you don't like, hurry up because they're going up in price." I'm like, "Oh shit!" I'm like, "I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing next week." She's like, "If you don't go, I'm gonna take someone else." I'm like, "Okay, we'll go.
Yeah.
Let's go." So she bought the tickets, and then within like an hour of her buying them, they had doubled in price of
Yeah.
where we're sitting. And I looked up where we're sitting. It's not like super crazy.
It's
like,
not like an insane like up close, but it's
no,
like
it's like it has
it's-
a good view of
It's
where,
a good location within it. I mean, like it's far.
and we're gonna be freezing cold. It's gonna
be really
suck.
cold. My
How-
brother was at the Lions Bears game and he said it was really cold.
But I'm gonna be wearing my thermal base layer from skiing. I'm gonna be
There
wearing
you
the
go.
warmest
I
socks
mean, you
have.
got the gear. If you have skiing gear, you have the gear.
Yeah,
to
but I'm
put
gonna be
under.
wearing like my Carhartt. And everything.
Like not pants, not ski pants or coat, but yeah, you have like the unders, the wool
everything,
socks,
yeah.
the whatnots.
I'm gonna also hopefully try to get like a Caleb Williams jersey. I don't know if it's worth buying.
I think so. I think you should. I think
and wear
I mean,
it over like the Carhartt jacket.
I feel like it's enough. I mean, maybe not at the
No,
stadium.
no,
Say maybe just like, well,
it would be more expensive at the stadium.
yeah. I mean, it's at the very least, it's a
memory.
it's a memory of getting to go to a game, or like the Bears doing this well right now.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
so it's like it's
Because there's no
worth it.
guarantee that we're gonna do this well.
Having a
ever again.
jersey like that's having a Bears jersey as a Bears fan is always.
Yeah, and it can go up next to my SPD jersey.
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good idea.
Anyway, so
Did everything stay hung up?
yeah, I mean I haven't noticed anything fall down.
Cool.
Yeah, while Liam was here, the one productive thing we did do is hang up
That
a lot
is
of my.
true.
we
That was
hung
the
up a
first
lot-
thing we did.
We hung up a lot of my decorations. We hung up a dartboard that Lily got me. That's not like a traditional dartboard. It's like a
Golf course.
Golf
It's almost like
course.
putt-putt, but with
yeah.
darts.
The only thing is like I was super scared of like if I miss, I'm putting a hole through my drywall.
Yeah.
And I for a while we're like, oh, we're hitting. I was like, okay.
You
And we
played
played-
for an hour.
Yeah, and then about an hour after, like we played again, we're like, oh, let me just throw another one. Immediate first
Right into
throw.
the wall.
Right in the wall. Just a little tiny
Dunk.
hole. So I was like, I need to figure out something to hang up behind that thing.
Yeah.
to-
Maybe it's just like some framed like cork or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like wood back. I mean, I'm sure they sell things like that. It's like $20 for like something you can mount your dartboard to and then mount to the wall.
Because I sincerely doubt I'll miss that bad that like outside that court.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, the main thing too is like, how do you hang that up? How do you hang something that protects it up? You know?
Well, I think it would be just very similar to what we did earlier. Like,
Well, I just mean like it'll probably be pretty heavy because it'll be the dartboard mounted to that mounted to the wall. It's tough.
yeah, we'll see. Maybe
You
I'll
could
just,
always like hang it from
if I'm putting holes in my wall, maybe I'll just put a little nail or something
Yeah.
into the wall, in the drywall.
one hole to hang it up instead of a bunch of holes around it is probably more worth it because that'll be easier to spackle over.
Which,
It's cheap. I mean, you get a little tube of like this ready to go. It's like a little like almost like a toothpaste tube with like a red like flat scraper on it. You
Yeah.
get that for $5, and you just squeeze it out like toothpaste and then just flatten it. You're done. I mean, you could get paint, but that's not always worth it.
no. And if you've seen my paint, it's pretty close to white or whatever. And it might be like, it's not my job to color match for my apartment. I think they would do that. I think regardless if you put anything, they kind of like look and see if there's any dings or anything in the paint, and they'll just do it and probably won't charge it. 'Cause it's
Yeah.
like just routine apartment repair that doesn't cost them anything.
Yeah,
Besides sending in the maintenance crew with a bucket of paint, which I'm sure they have tons of.
I'm sure it's pretty. I feel like, at least in my experience with it, they paint it anyway.
Yeah. So
Like I've never come into a place that wasn't painted. Even like my sophomore year apartment, where it was like the walls were a little nicked up, but everything was painted over. Everything was
Yeah.
like they slap a thing of paint on anyway.
yeah. Anyway, so Liam I hope he had a good time when he came to visit.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
But tomorrow I'm probably gonna like go get some kava sweet green, stop by Aldi, get some pickles and sweet potatoes and chicken, and then
pie.
start my meal prep. Maybe I could just like while I'm pouring, like, cause I love to pickle brine my chicken thighs because it makes it taste amazing.
Yeah.
Maybe while I'm doing that, I could also just pre-chop up all of the sweet potatoes and then put them on the fridge.
Yeah, I see
and
why
then when
not.
it comes time to like, or I could just like at that
You
time
just cook them all.
or like while I'm waiting for the chicken to cook or like to brine, I'll just go ahead and do all the sweet potatoes and then put those all in the containers that I need to.
Boom.
And then all I have to worry about on Sunday is just cook up the chicken thighs. But honestly, I don't even have to do that quite yet because I have 3 or 4 of these chicken bowls from Costco ready to go for next week because like I could just like go pick it up on Monday or Tuesday and like I have a lot more buffer that I don't necessarily need to worry about tomorrow.
Yeah.
So maybe I don't have to. And that gives me more time to build my PC before my mom comes. So like I'm gonna go up on Saturday. My mom says she wants to come up on Saturday because and then like go get dinner or something or
Yeah.
explore my area before the Bears game on Sunday because that's gonna be a whole logistics to figure out to like
Yeah.
how are we gonna get from where I live down to the city and then get over to Soldier Field. I was like, why don't we just take the train and walk from Union Station? And she's like, that's 2 miles. I'm like, that's not that bad. I walk more than that on a daily basis just inside my work building because it's so massive.
Yeah.
Speaking of work, now I feel like I'm doing a lot of the talking.
Well, we took a break too. You can explain your break.
Speaking of work, after I got back, whole lot of nothing. Like that first week after break, nobody's doing shit. Like, is like we're all like recovering from not doing anything. We're all
Right.
kind of getting used
Trying
to
to get back into the flow.
But
Back in
then
the swing.
this week, I learned how to solder, which I had a great time. I love, like, now it's something that I even had a dream about last night. I had
Yeah.
dreams like, oh, this is my solder board. I can't like mess it up.
Mhm.
But like, no, I had a great time learning how to solder because like, I always looked at it like like tech like computer repair videos or if you ever, do you know who Louis Rossman is?
I don't know if I do.
He's just a very famous like right to repair advocate. He owns like a computer repair shop and
Sure.
he's very for like companies making like not allowing companies to like have patents on like the repair process of their equipment because like
Sure.
if they do then you have to go through them to get your stuff repaired.
Or a
And
lot
they
of
can
places make things unrepairable
Yeah.
in a single use manner. Like with electronics, they'll make it so it's like
Yeah.
not
Like-
worth getting repaired. Just get the new one, or
Mhm.
that becomes a normal thing in it. Versus like I very strongly
Yeah.
love that vibe too. Like I
But-
want to buy really high quality shoes.
Mm.
I mean, I bought some nice boots from Depop a while ago with
I'm
birthday
thinking I
money.
really want to get a nice pair of like Red Wings or something. 'Cause,
Yeah,
like,
get some
or
Red Wings because those some Goodyear welted
Chelsea
boots like that
Chelsea
for sure.
boots or something. I want to get a nice pair of boots that I can wear instead of my Sambas because wearing my Sambas in the winter kind of looks like you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Like because there's a lot of more snow and slush that just
Right. But the soles started to peel. I mean, I paid $30 for these boots. They're Georgia boots from the late 90s, early 2000s, which Georgia's not like a great brand, but they're a decent pair of boots that are worth more than $30 if they
We're
were
back
in
to the
great
clothes
shape.
topic.
Yeah, but in that vein is like the heels started like slipping, the sole started falling off of it, and so I got into like looking at like, okay, what does it take to be able to like repair a sole on a shoe, and that whole idea of like me and my dad do this a lot. Like goes back into like the last podcast we did talking about hobbies, or it was a few podcasts ago talking about being like big hobbyists. A lot of that comes into like having the stuff to fix your things. And like I really agree with that idea of like repair culture of like having things that it's not necessarily like it's gonna be like the most cheap or the most
They could be more expensive
Whatever.
up front, but it's like you can repair it and keep it forever.
it's something you can have forever that
That's-
can be well
and
repaired.
Lily
Like
makes fun of me.
watches too.
Yeah.
Me and my dad got into that.
Lily makes fun of me a lot for like caring about like high quality stuff and like having to find the best thing. If I want something, I
I
want
think
the
she
best
gives you a
thing.
hard time just because it's
fun to-
it's like a week or two long process of that's your hyperfixation.
Well, yeah, because it's like I
Which is I agree.
I
I'm
had
in
a
the same boat.
conversation with this with my my old boss when I worked for in IT in college.
Yeah.
Like he was like saying like, yeah, your generation they really focused on doing the right thing at the first time. Like they don't really.
yeah.
We always are trying to like, how do I make no mistakes the first time?
It's because we have it's information. It's
Yeah, we have
it's
instant
generation of
information.
information.
Looking up exactly.
It's like we can figure out we have unlimited information, so it's like we shouldn't shouldn't have to do anything wrong or try again. It's just it takes more time to get all the information right before we try.
It's so, but like I get both sides. It's like for our point of view, it's like we want to buy something once, and then like it's that thing is good when we buy it, and like we don't have to worry about. Well, I mean, at least in my case,
I agree.
I want to buy something and not have to buy a bunch more over time. And that's why I'm like really pissed about these like my Old Navy jeans because they keep fucking getting ripped or like start tearing.
Old Navy's
at the
not
seams. No,
a good quality though. It's not a bad quality. I mean, they're definitely very passable, but
For,
they're
like,
not
my
quite
regular-
fast fashion. But they're
Yeah.
they're nearby.
For my regular clothes, like sweaters and stuff, I'm okay getting stuff from Old Navy. But I think with
Yeah.
jeans, I need to like research and like what kind of brand will last a while.
I mean,
Levi.
the big names you hear. I mean, they're big names for a reason.
Wrangler, Levi's.
Wrangler, Levi, Lee's. I have some Lee's that actually have lasted me pretty well. Dickies, Carhartt. Dockers is a little bit lower. Dickies,
When it
they
comes
make
to those
a lot
things, it's like
cheaper
it's hard to go
workwear.
find. I mean, not anymore. Now that I live in Chicagoland area, hard to find like a Lee's store or Wrangler store. Or I know they have Levi stores. Like in that mall we went to, there was Levi stores
Oh,
where
really?
you can go and try on the different types of 501s, 511s.
They don't have brick and mortars for that anymore. It's all online.
I
You
know.
can order Levi's jeans from the Levi's website. Or,
I know, but I would prefer to go to a brick and mortar store so I
Sure.
can actually try them on and feel like what
yeah.
of these styles actually fits me the
It's
best.
not as common. I mean, I'm sure they sell Lee's in certain stores, but like, it's just not that common anymore. It's not worth it to them to have a designated.
I know, but like, how can
store.
you try and figure out what's gonna fit you and like what looks good?
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, you sent me the video of the guy on TikTok, like explaining the fit of
I did
all
send
of,
you that.
You sent
I
me
did.
that. Yeah.
I was
the
literally-
Levi's guy.
When you were talking about that, I literally was thinking of that video. I'm like, what was that video?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You sent me that of like it was like kind of like just a broad like explanation of like every single Levi's number. It's like, all right, these Levi 720s are like a big bell, whatever. I don't actually remember the numbers.
Yeah.
I know, I'm pretty sure I either have 505s or 550s.
I'm glad
that
you
I love.
remember that video. That
Yeah, I
sent
mean,
you.
it's a very, very
I could probably find
notable
it on my
thing to
phone.
do. Like, one, you find a good pair of jeans that fit you. Two, you find the number that you like the fit of, and you can just, I mean, really, you can just buy those in whatever color.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I feel
Real
about
quick,
the
I'm just gonna check
550s.
if we're still
Yeah, please.
recording. We are. We are at an hour and 7 minutes.
I mean, as I was saying before with the jeans that I had, I knew I liked 550s because they fit me like waist to like below the knee. It was perfect. Like, it wasn't so tight that it was like restricting, but below it was just a little bit too wide, which it felt wide. I don't know why, just maybe because they're longer, the taper goes bigger. But then I got the shorter ones, and I think I've figured out that my size I need is 40-30, because these are 40-32. I don't like them as much as my taupe ones.
I did figure
those
out
are
what
40-30.
size I really... So, like, I feel like 30 might be too... Like, so... I used to be 32-30s. Like, that's what my jean pair
I
was.
was 32-32 for the longest time.
Or 30-32s. That was when I was a bit smaller.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I've gotten fatter, but I would say that my waistline has gotten a bit bigger as I've
Sure.
grown. Especially since college. Also, my style of jeans have changed. Like, in college or in high school, I was wearing tight-ass jeans.
Everyone I knew was wearing tight jeans back then.
Yeah, it's just
Like,
like...
that was the style. It was,
Yeah.
it was
But now I'm really big into the
2010s
baggy
on.
because I'm like, oh, these are way more comfortable, and I can wear them with so much more stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway,
absolutely.
let me just take... I had this thought. I really like having these podcasts with you because it's like, when else would we just have sit down and have like
Talk
real
about fucking jeans.
or just talk in general. Like, I feel like most of the time we're all either on our phone or doing like some sort of
That
shared
is
activity.
true. I've noticed that.
Nobody like... I feel
mean,
not nobody, but like...
We had a couple like big conversations recently, but that's kind of just because we're like, okay, we need to stop being
And
on
were
our
you
phones for a second.
okay? So what the context we're talking about? Like, after we had last night, we went and played some darts at this bar, Quality.
Yeah.
And then Liam was like, "Oh, before I drive home from Lily's apartment, I'm gonna like sit down, like make sure I'm not drunk." Last night when we were talking, I was like, "Is this guy drunk?" Because a lot of
No, I wasn't.
'Cause you
I just
were-
I had 4 beers, so I wasn't drunk, but like I was like,
you're like tipsy.
I
or
feel
like
like
buzzed.
I wasn't really. I didn't feel like
The talk of
inebriated at all.
The talk. Can I have some sip? I'm out.
Yeah,
as
please.
You know.
I didn't feel inebriated at all. I just felt like if I had 4, I mean they were like it's like a local brewery's raspberry hefeweizen, which was really good, but I don't know what percent it was, like probably 5 or 6, and I was like 4 of those in a couple hours. I was like, I don't feel intoxicated at all, but like if I did get pulled over for whatever reason, it was snowy,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you never
I get
know.
what you're saying, but like
I didn't want to.
I
didn't want to blow
I'll be
a
alone with it.
.09, you know.
Yeah, we were talking about some political stuff with Lily and the girl because we
Yeah.
all have somewhat different views. I feel like you and I are the most
They
close
differ a little bit, but I mean,
I feel like-
we all sit on the same side of things, but
on most things.
on most things, right?
Yeah.
We generally
I feel like in our case, like you and I are pretty more similarly.
we're
with
similar,
views.
yeah.
Like not the exact same, but
Yeah.
I would think it would take a while for us to have a conversation to sit down. And
I mean,
figure out
I will
exactly
say
what the
I feel like
differences
I
are.
had a lot more in common with Lily than I expected. I mean, I've never really talked about politics with her just because I know
Yeah.
it can make her uncomfortable.
Yeah, and I try to refrain from talking about that stuff with Lily.
Typically, yeah, religion, politics, that
Yeah,
kind of stuff.
I stay away from that stuff with Lily. Like I like some of the stuff you were saying. I'm like, bro, he's just throwing out buzzwords in my opinion. Like I
mean,
wasn't saying.
yeah.
I was like, it was hard for me to follow exactly what you're saying because there was a lot of buzzwords I felt, in my opinion, were being thrown out.
I
So
was
it's like
I will say I was having a hard time
articulating what you were trying to say.
articulating what I was trying to say, and so I just kept saying like, you know, this, that, and the other, like trying to like very like blanket my statements with things, and I was having such a hard time like finding the right vocabulary to.
And
like,
that's always hard because like,
I mean, I don't study politics. I'm not a very politically involved person. I'm not a very like
and I'm the
aware
opposite.
person typically.
Is that like in my free time? In my free time when I watch YouTube, I will watch like political YouTube videos. I'll watch stuff like discussing religion and stuff. So I would like to say I'm well informed.
I will say I'm not as smart as you guys were about like biblical history and like non-biblical history, stuff like that, and
Well,
the context. You guys were way better than that. I don't know
that was the conversation
but I
with
do
Corey.
watch a lot of
Philosophy
non-religious
videos.
and religious folks talking and philosophical
Yeah.
cases for.
I feel
religion.
like this is just like my own opinion. I feel like my perspective on when it comes to like biblical history and context, I feel like I will be written off based on like my own, like because of my religious stance. Like it's like if I'll say like this about like biblical history, the context of like when this was written, I'll be written off because I might not be of the group that follows that thing that I'm talking about. So I feel like my opinion will be written off by the people who are inside this one group because I'm not part of their group, even though I know a lot. I feel like I know a lot
Like,
about
you mean
that.
you'll be written off, like, in general, just, like, as a friend or being taken seriously, or, like,
Or-
within that conversation?
like in the conversation we're having, like where I'll bring up this, like if it's like we're saying, well, we have to think about the context, and I'm like, okay, this was the context of this being written, and they're like, well, how do you know that was written? Like, I'm like, again, I'm not doing a lot. I don't feel like you have to be a biblical scholar to have opinions about. Like,
No, absolutely not. I think
about
it's, I think it's totally valid, though, to have a conversation with someone who's religious as a non-religious person, and for them to be like, especially like if it were me, like I don't know my shit, and most of the my role in
Yeah.
the conversation was my personal experience with religion, my somewhat knowledge of other people's experiences around me in the past 5-6 years, and then just questions. It was all questions like, can you clarify this? Like, explain. Like, so are you saying
Yeah.
this? Like, where's your stance on this
For
because
me,
of this?
I have seen lots of videos, again, of one side explaining what the other side believes. But in my personal view, it's like I'm very much more trusting of what the information they say because they can back it up by evidence or like going directly to
Oh,
like
sure,
the things that
right.
So I feel like in myself, I'm informed based on other informed people. Because like I have not like read all the stuff that they're talking about, but I can trust and look up if I like am really curious what they're talking about and see if it matches what they're talking about, which
Yeah.
most of the time they do. But it's like I do understand, like, one of the things we're talking about, it's like how, like, the Greek or something, like, influence on a story. And they're like, well, how do you say, like, they both didn't come from, like, one actual story? But I'm like, what I was
Yeah.
saying is, like, with, like, Narcissus, and he was talking about this, is, like, there was no mention in the Old Testament. I know this is weird getting on this podcast.
Yeah.
We can avoid it if you'd like.
Oh, we don't have to avoid. I mean, we can keep talking about it for a minute, but
Yeah, I don't want to like make it, but like we were talking about like Narcissus and the story of Narcissus, and like that story was written before there was any like mention of like an actual like Satan or Lucifer in the like the Old Testament barely ever had like a real character, like a defined character, like the history backstory of the character named Satan. But then
Sure.
like Corey brought up the thing, he's like, oh, this thing happened. I'm like, that's really similar to the story of Narcissus, which was a Greek story, and at the time the Greeks and the Jews were like very close connected.
was
and,
it Narcissus? Was that the story of?
like he looked at
Of,
himself
like-
in a mirror and he's like, oh, he became infatuated with himself. And
Right, okay,
That's
yes,
what
yes,
he.
yes, yes.
But that's like, but he what the story he was saying about like Lucifer doing that. I'm like, that's exactly what the story of Narcissus was.
Sure.
But it's like, I'm like, that's why I was saying there's a lot of stuff in the Bible that is heavily influenced by other places, and they're like, we'll put this in, like because it was written. All this was written down by someone.
Right.
And
And
so-
I was playing
Devil's
this
advocate.
terrible.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense if I were to say devil's
Yeah.
advocate, but whatever. In that conversation at that point, because I feel like Corey was just very like open to be like, yeah, absolutely, I totally understand. Without like, he wasn't really doing any like defending, which I completely respect. I mean, he was doing explanation further of his points, but like I was kind of playing devil's advocate there, like being like, I understand where Corey's coming from, saying like, coming from a point of believing all these stories were true, plain and simple, saying like, I think that it's fair to say that those are all just different retellings of the same story. You know, I think it was, I understand what you're saying now about it. Of
But
like,
what I'm saying is that there was no mention of it in the Old Testament about that story or any of that information until after, or until like in books that were written after the story of Narcissus was written.
right.
So it's
I'm
like-
thinking maybe that it, due to it not feeling significant. I think it was like, or when we talked about what's his face and the Jonah.
Jonah and the whale,
Jonah and the
or
whale.
Noah and the flood.
Noah and the flood, sorry, yes. And with what's the mythological basis of that?
Oh, the Epic of Gilgamesh.
Gilgamesh. That was one of the earliest recorded
It's one of
stories.
the oldest stories known to man.
Right, and so that was brought up in a similar tone of like, it feels like the Bible was pulling from that when talking about
Which it would
Noah
make
and
sense
the
because
ark.
what I was saying is that I know we're getting really into history, but like
Yeah.
I did not want to bring that. Like I did, but like it's just like I understand it's not great for the pod, but like the Jewish people were in captivity of the Babylonian people, which were like descendants and carry along a lot of the story of the Epic of Gilgamesh and like where that came from, like ancient Sumerian stories and
Right.
texts. So it's like it would make sense that while they were in Babylonian captivity, which is when they were writing their version of what they call like the Old Testament, but like there was things when they were writing it down. I feel like it's very believable that they would have taken a lot of influence. It's like, oh, we can use this story for our own purposes for certain moral things or stuff. Like, so it's like that's what I was saying.
Okay, right.
It's like,
What I was playing devil's advocate was like being like,
well,
well,
no, this is based on a real event like that, but they're shared real event.
right.
that
It's like
happened
it's
earlier.
everyone's religiously specific takeaway of that event.
I was on the belief like that event did not happen.
Right. I was playing devil's advocate by saying it did happen. There's all I was.
Yeah, that's why I was a little confused
Clarifying.
after that. I'm like, what the hell was happening? Like,
Yeah, and I will say we did talk a little bit deeper about that, and considering the fact that maybe it's not that it didn't happen, it's that the story being passed down was from an echo chamber of, well, maybe there was a big flood in what you thought was the whole world, like in your town, in your like little place where you were living. I thought, oh, this
yeah,
is
but
everyone.
if that's the case, then like the story doesn't make as it's not as important. If it was just like
Right, and I'm just saying, like, maybe it was importance was drawn from it because maybe it did happen. Importance was drawn from it due to the lack of exploration and knowledge.
yeah, that's completely believable.
Right, which
so it's like
which comes back into like that's what religion sometimes feels like. It's like drawing on things to try and find purpose and reason within,
sure, and
which is understandable and respectable. But it's hard for me to see it beyond that.
yeah.
Although I
as a
will
story.
say, in our conversation, it was one of the first times, like as an adult, I've had a like productive conversation with a religious person where they were willing to like just answer my questions and me theirs. And so it was very productive. Like it didn't. I'm not saying like, oh, they made me really like feel religious or anything like that, or have faith or anything like that. But like it was a new thing as an adult to like hear a reasonable person explain
Yeah.
their beliefs to me, because I feel like there's been plenty of times where it wasn't like that, or there was not a safe space to be sharing information like that with people because
Yeah, I
there was
mean,
people
that's
not
definitely-
making it feel safe.
It's definitely a thing. It's definitely a thing.
It was a very conducive conversation.
For me, someone who's like pretty like in their free time does research and not research. I do not do research. I watch other people who do research.
Sure.
And like watch like
Just knowledge shares,
knowledge shares.
that type of stuff.
Like,
I love that. Yeah.
I watch
that
them
a
a lot and like pay attention and like I do get to see a lot of like debates and conversations about this
The
stuff.
baby.
The baby. You know.
Yeah.
But
Well, we should
wrap it up and play some video games and have a good boys' night.
we could do that. What's the time on this?
Let me check.
I mean, I don't know if we're gonna stop it really bad.
Yeah.
So
Woo.
we're done with this, right?
Yeah, we're done.
We can pull that up.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, word association. Just hit it. You ready?
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
crane.
Taco.
Say crane. You
Taco
said
crane.
Taco
Okay.
crane.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
burrito.
Hand.
Delivery device for the things. Okay, yeah.
We think the
Hand
same thing.
burrito.
Hand burrito. It already is a hand.
Yeah, I know.
Um.
Okay.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Tortilla.
Wow.
Okay.
That was
I thought
weird.
you were going in for the.
I mean,
dab.
I was solid, so I think that was your fault for misreading it.
All right.
But we can.
Nope. We had some. Okay. Next week we're gonna.
Next week, we'll
Hopefully,
put it in.
we played darts last night. We recorded a lot of it.
We recorded it. Yeah.
and but we can't use the audio because there's a lot of
Copyright
music. So I think what we're gonna do is like he is going to edit down the video,
Correct.
and then next week we'll
Hopefully, I start class next week, so we'll
Oh,
see.
yeah, we'll see. Well,
Maybe I'll do it on Monday.
You have a few days. You have a few days till class starts,
Yeah.
and but you also have classes, so you need to finish up. Anyway, we're gonna like react. We'll do some live commentary, and then we'll hopefully be able to splice in some of the audio because we had some very crisp.
Crispy dabs
Dab,
at the end
yeah.
of the. It wasn't great.
It's not great like that,
It
but like,
echoed through the whole bar.
yeah.
It was. All right,
Anyway.
you ready?
Yeah. 3,
3, 2,
2,
1.
1.
Ball.
Ball and wheel. We're
Ball
already
and wheel.
close.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Roll.
Circle.
Okay.
Rolling circle. I mean,
Can't say wheel again.
Yeah, I can't say really.
Um.
Rolling circle.
Okay. 3, 2,
Two,
1.
one,
Round.
stone. Round stone.
Round stone.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. 3, 2,
Two,
1.
one,
Boulder.
We're locked in.
We're locked right now.
And not like the time when we played with Roth, where it took 20 minutes.
It took 20 minutes. But also, there was one where we said cheese both on the very first one.
Yeah, we both said cheese. And we're like, oh.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah. I might watch that video again. That's probably my favorite podcast we made, me, you, and Roth.
Yeah, that was a really fun one.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was the most fun to make.
Mm-hmm.
It was the most difficult to edit, though.
Eventually, we'll have to figure out how we can get like multiple mics set up, and like you and I can have these mics, and then he can have his mic. That's all.
Yeah, I'm curious how we can like, expand that
If we get a
system.
splitter, like if
We could probably do two,
instead of
yeah.
that one that you saw, maybe get one that has USB-C, because then we can plug all that in.
I mean,
at the same
eventually, like if we continue this, like once I have an income,
time.
if it carries on as a
I hope it does. 'cause
reliable hobby for
This is a
us,
fun hobby.
then
Like I said earlier,
eventually
I
the
appreciate
goal
being able to just sit
is
down.
to have a couple of Sures, and then these are our guest mics.
Yeah, that would be
that would be the goal.
ideal. And then we record
Which was the
audio.
decision we made at the store with the $300 Shure mic in hand.
like, do we wanna get two of
wanna
these?
get two of these or save our money and get these that are on sale for $100?
Yeah,
for two
which
of them.
I think work.
They're
Very,
fantastic. The DJIs, they're really good.
We've had some technical. There's the occasional odd technical difficulty at the very beginning but that's just because of our own stupidity or
Yeah.
ignorance, because we need to unlock the phone.
Unlock the phone. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
3,
This will be the last one.
2, 1. Shelf.
Coat shelf. Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Rack.
Dude, that's number. We're locked in.
We should do one more because that was so
that
quick.
was too quick.
All right, you ready?
I'm really just naming things my.
I'm having a hard time not naming it, so I'm going to close my
Okay,
eyes and
yeah,
just
me
think
too.
of something completely different.
Right.
3, 2, 1. Grape.
Spaceship. Okay, you said grape.
Uh-huh.
Spaceship.
Okay, yeah. 3, 2, 1. Raisin.
lightsaber.
Okay.
Okay. Raisin lightsaber. I know. I'm locked in. I know where I'm at.
Okay.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Purple.
Oh, yeah.
Mace Windu.
Luke, purple.
Luke purple. Luke purple. I have something in mind, but it's not gonna make any sense.
3, 2, 1.
Roman.
Mace.
I said Roman because it's
Roman.
like a lot in the Roman Empire. They use purple a lot for like people who were of high royalty, and Luke is like someone
Yeah.
who existed at the time. That name or whatever was something that existed. In the Roman. So
what did
you
you
said
say?
Mace, and I
I
said
was
Roman.
thinking Mace Windu, yeah.
Okay, I know, but you said Mace, Roman. I have an idea here. Okay.
Okay. 3,
3,
2,
2,
1.
1. Sword.
Flail. Ah.
Flail sword. We're starting to
Okay.
converge.
3, 2, 1.
medieval.
Reppin'.
Okay, medieval weapon.
Oh, I was so excited. I did the eyes. I did the red eyes.
Yeah. Red.
Okay, what did you say?
Medieval weapon. A weapon.
Medieval weapon. Okay.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Spear.
I was gonna say spear, but I just panicked.
You said.
Okay.
your brain shut.
Spear and nothing, but like. Okay.
So should we just redo the last one? We can't say spear.
Yeah. Redo the last one.
Medieval
Can't say
weapon.
spear. Medieval weapon. Can't say spear.
That's hard.
Okay. I have one.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Bow.
Broadsword. I was gonna
Hell
say
yeah.
crossbow.
Bow broadsword.
Bow broadsword. Okay. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Viking.
Bayonet.
Bayonet Viking.
Okay. Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Sweden.
Axe.
Oh.
Sweden axe. Okay, we're starting to fall apart here. Sweden axe.
I have something in my mind, but it's not gonna make sense.
I have something in my mind.
Okay.
It's not gonna make sense. I'm gonna say it.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Bluetooth. That's all I could think of when you said Sweden.
Meatball. I said
Bluetooth.
Bluetooth.
Bluetooth meatball.
Okay, do you want to know my reasoning behind Bluetooth?
Let's hear it.
It's because Bluetooth is named after King Bluetooth or something. And his name was something. He was a nickname of. He was an ancient Swedish king that united all the languages in Sweden.
Okay, Bluetooth meatball.
Yeah,
Oh no.
I have it perfect. This is gonna make
Bluetooth
complete sense, and we're gonna get it on this time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
3,
3,
2,
2,
1.
1.
Thermometer. Oh.
IKEA thermometer.
That's hard as.
Oh no, yeah, I have one. Yeah.
I can't thermometer. I have no clue. I don't even know a word
Okay,
to say.
you ready? Okay, I'm just gonna. 3, 2, 1.
Kitchen.
Kitchen.
Thermonster.
Thermo-
Kitchen thermonster.
Kitchen. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Temperature.
Meat temperature. Okay.
We
had to lock
I'm in
in.
hospitality brain.
I know. I'm in. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
165.
Salmonella. We're almost there.
Salmonella 165. Okay.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Chicken.
There it is.
Yeah, like we're so close. We were
Right
so
there.
close the entire time. All right, should we do a wrap up of what's
We
on
should.
replay? What's on replay?
Oh, we should. We should do a what's on replay.
Yeah.
Pon de replay. I'm gonna start. If that's
Go
okay.
ahead. Yeah, that's fine.
Replay.
Sure.
Still watching through Friends. I think I was doing that last time. I have like 5 episodes left of the show.
Okay.
YouTube. I have been watching every single one of Jim M's Mythical Morning's new videos this season. Their new intro is sick. What else? I started. I mean, it's been a long time since I've done that. I mean, I'm sure I've watched a Christmas movie or two in between that. Yeah. I watched I Love LA. I think I was starting that when we did the last
I think you finished that
podcast. I started watching. Oh, I did because I talked about Gossip Girl. I finished that. Finished the second season of the new Gossip Girl. It was terrible, but also like nostalgic, so it was fine. Music wise, I have been listening to a little bit more like hip hop and rap as of recent. The song, because I listen to music by playing a song that I'm into right now and then let the auto play after that. And it's been doing great right now.
Yeah.
But that song that I've played probably 20 times in the past week or two is Yoshinoya by Childish Gambino, which is one of my favorite one of his songs. And it's been playing a lot of fun stuff like A$AP Rocky and Kendrick Lamar and a little sprinklings of Drake and stuff like that. But like it's in that, like a lot of them are like big hits. And so it's like I've just like been listening to like nostalgic rap basically.
For me, TV show, heavy on the Game of Thrones. So,
Yes, I watched that with you for a bit.
Yeah, I've just like, because it started that, like, I don't know, back in like September or October, Lily was like, oh, I can't wait for our like winter break show. Because at some point it was like either, like last year was The Office or Squid Game. We were watching it a lot for that winter break. She's like, I can't wait for our winter show. I want it to be Game of Thrones. I'm like, oh yeah, perfect. So like I started watching it with her over winter break. We only got to like season 1, episode like 8. And so, but then I had to go back and we had to go to, like, we had to go to Wisconsin and we just didn't watch it. And then I was by myself. I was like, you know what? I can't wait. I don't want to wait until I'm with Lily to watch the show. I'm going to keep going.
I said we watched.
We watched
a lot
like
of
a
it
whole
when I stayed for the
season.
weekend.
Like we probably watched a whole season.
Yeah,
and a
we
half.
watched it the entire
So
time.
I've been watching a lot of that. And then Starch, she requested that I watch the show Tell Me Lies.
She said it, and I don't think I will do it.
And
But I'm glad you're fulfilling it.
She wants someone to gossip about with it, and we'll do it. I'll do.
A lot of people trying to get me to watch Heated Rivalry, but
I don't know if I'll watch.
I think I Love LA is as far as I'll go in like the new shows right now.
I don't know, like if I would enjoy, like as a straight man, like I have nothing against gay people or the things that they do. I just don't know if I would get the entertainment value of watching a lot of gay sex or like have the ability to, like.
Right.
Really
I don't know if I'm
prefer-
assuming like a lot of TV now is based upon like sex selling and like it's a very attractive show.
Yeah.
However, I think with that it's like really attractive people being very sexual on a TV show, which a lot of shows do well.
I mean,
now
that's what
because of that.
That's what Tell Me Lies is.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
Really just
That's what I Love LA was. That's what that new Gossip Girl. I Love LA actually less so. I Love LA was a little bit more of like a clear like this is a brilliant writer's project.
Yeah.
However, that's what the new Gossip Girl seasons were. That's all it was. And
So it's
sometimes
like-
that's what all shows are, which
but
is
it's like
it's what works.
all power to you if you love Heated Rivalry. I just don't think it's for me. But
Sure.
maybe I'll have to just watch it and figure it out.
That's what
myself.
that's what people keep saying. It's like just put your gripes aside and just like treat it as like a because like a lot of people it's like very like emotionally like powerful.
Yeah,
to them
because it's like
it's relatable and or just like unseen type of
So,
stories.
It's probably a great show.
I mean, there was Heartstopper was
the
another one a
show's
few years ago that was similar.
yeah, the show's creator is the co-creator or co-writer director of Letterkenny.
Oh, the Canadian show.
Yeah, so maybe that's just because it might have some funny moments in there.
I mean, it's a hockey show.
Anyway,
So
been watching Tell Me Lies. I honestly like the first episode. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be stupid. It's just like one of the girl shows, you know. But like
every time I watch one of the girl shows,
I love it.
I love it. I love it every
that
time.
happened with Love Island. That happened
Island,
with like,
yeah.
dude, we were
Like I Love LA. I didn't think I'd like it. It was recommended to me. I watched it. It was fantastic. I can't wait for another season.
yeah. So, but
It's
like,
they're always great.
so far, like at like halfway through the first season, I'm pretty invested. Like I think it's a good show, and like yeah, it's probably really cheesy, and some people be like, oh, this is just so cheesy. The acting's bad, but I'm like, you know, the story they're trying to tell, I want to see more of it because there's some twists that I saw. But one thing I cannot stand in that show is the kissing sounds. They're like so like
visceral, like yeah.
I'm like
No.
nobody sounds like that unless
Yeah.
you're I don't know. But like so that's what I've been watching.
And if they do, that's not what people look for when kissing. It's like, oh, I want to hear the sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Music wise, I've been listening to honestly like
GD.
who's GD? Gus Dapperton? No. He
I
like I'm
forgot.
not saying he's one of my favorite artists of all time, but like he usually I'm like listening. What's on replay is always like what's new to me because if I like something
Sure.
that's new to me, I will be listening to it constantly.
Yep.
That being right now, I think once a day I'm playing "Ants Marching" by
Yes.
like I just love doing like the Dave Matthews impression
Love
of that song.
DMB.
Yeah.
Don't get me started.
That so I'm watching and listening to that. I'm not really listening to anything more by Dave Matthews, but maybe I'll give it a little
Satellite.
consider.
I said it last podcast.
Yeah, you did.
Satellite.
I
Throw
think
it
I
in
said
there.
yeah. And then also once a day I'll probably listen to "The Reason" by Hoobastank because it's just I love harmonizing. It's a perfect song to like. So I can, in my opinion, while I'm in my car singing, I can perfectly hit the notes. It's just fun to be able to like harmonically like match up.
harmonically
song.
harmonicize.
Yeah, anyway, it's stupid, but also there's a new song that came out that's very what I thought Lily was gonna hate this song. It's called "I Want Things to Be Beautiful." I'll show it to you after this. It's a crazy song. It's like very chaotic and very like just a weird song. And I thought I was like, oh, I like it. It tickles something in my brain. I'm gonna show it to Lily. She's gonna hate it. I told her like, hey, you're gonna hate this song. And then I showed it to her. She's like, oddly enough, I didn't hate it that much. It's actually kind of cunty. Like it's like I'm like that's exactly what the feeling I'm like, describing is. It's like I feel like I'm in a nightclub in New York or something like, or it's like I'm in some TV show.
Yeah.
Or I'm like this song sounds great. So I'll show it to you. But
There you go.
that's about it. Should we check if we're still recording?
Let's hit a quick episode 10 double digits. We
I
made
forgot
it.
to- yeah, I meant to say like
10 weeks of
Yeah.
podcasts.
This is.
We came back from a break.
Who knew we were gonna make it this far? Because
I did not
like
think we
that
would get
first
10
time of
weeks.
just setting up a random pod, like you just coming out with a bipod and setting it up super high.
Like,
in the room.
yeah, I was like, it would be fun if we just recorded ourselves right now. And I pulled out like weird old TikTok shop gear that ended up breaking. But
Yeah.
no, I mean, 10 episodes is pretty awesome. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's been cool to be able to like look back on stuff and like remember what we did because of it being recorded. And it's a new year now. It's exciting. 10 episodes. I assume we'll keep rocking it. I mean, we're not perfect with getting it. I mean, we were at first getting it really well, but like once you miss the first one because of it's hard. Whenever
We'll get back into
live
rhythm.
we live
like-
far away. I'm in school. You're in work. It's like it's not always perfect, but we always like fill in whenever we miss a week. So
Yeah. But and also it's like we didn't really plan to take a winter break, but I feel like it was kind of
it kind of just like we figured it out because like I was over at yours for a weekend. We're like we should record it. I'm like, no, let's do it next week or whatever. And then same thing happened again the week previous, and then it was like really busy the week before that, and so it was like.
But I think
it
we
just what felt
took
right.
because it felt really good coming back. Like it felt like
For sure,
so.
yeah.
So week 10, we'll hopefully make it to 20. I think we will.
I think we'll make it to 20. Maybe we'll make it to 20 in the next 3 months.
10 weeks, so 2 months.
Well, I'm
But
saying,
like 2 weeks from now, I might be in Houston.
10 weeks. We started what?
October. Yeah.
So a little less than 3 months.
Yeah.
It's not bad. I mean, we took almost a month off
Yeah.
for break.
But
It's 3 weeks. I
congrats
think.
to us.
Good work.
Let's check if it's still recording.
Check if see we're good.
Yeah.
Look at that.